Okay, I'm back. If you can see inside the pot right now, you could actually tell it's all cooked down. You can actually start seeing it splattering everywhere because there's no more water in it to cook. So it's all cooked down already with the water. So I'm gonna put my meat. I like to put the meat in first, so that way it can get some flavors into it. Also let it cook with the pepper and everything. Let that cook. So my meat is in there. I usually don't put the fish in there because I'm still gonna stir it, and I don't want the fish to all come in pieces than it already is. So just the meat or any other thing else you is using. You can use some goat meat. I don't have any at home right now, so that's why I'm not using none. I just came from work, so I'm just kind of using what I have right now. So I had some meat I bought at Publix, and that's why I'm using the frozen vegetable also, the spinach, frozen spinach also. So I have the meat in here. We're just gonna let it sit for maybe 5 minutes, or maybe 2-3 minutes the most. Maybe not 5. Okay, and that's going already in there. Yeah, you could actually tell it's cooked down. It's just thick paste right now with chunks of pepper in it. Okay, I watched a lot of people cooking online because I love cooking, so I'm usually online trying to get ideas and cooking steps and all that. And one thing I notice most people do, they just tell you put this, put that, and everything's already pre-made, and they're not really walking you through the steps of how they achieve that. They just tell you put stockfish. They don't tell you how the stockfish was got into the stockfish. Maybe it was bought frozen or they made theirs. Like I showed you how I made my dried fish. They just tell you spinach is already prepared in the bowl. I actually showed you what I did to prepare the spinach if you're using fresh versus frozen. So I did walk you through that. I usually like to be thorough when I'm, especially when it comes to cooking you, because this is what you guys go by to try to do this at home. And if my direction is not clear enough, there's no way you're gonna achieve that the outcome of this, because I'm not giving clear information, or I'm not being direct of how I got this or what I'm doing. So you might find my video a little long because I'm trying to explain myself in details of what steps I am on and what's going into what and how I got this and how that came to that. I just don't want to say put this, put that, put this, write you the ingredient and tell you that's it, enjoy. No, I will walk you through it step by step. If anything is not clear, just email me, send me a message. I'll try to respond back to it as soon as I can. But hopefully I'm being clear enough of how I'm doing this step by step. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is put this spinach right there, like I said. And the fact that the spinach has a lot of water content to it, so that's why I'm actually letting this cook down. From putting water into your pepper and the water in here, that's a lot of water going into your cooking. So you want to try to cook those water down as much as you can, or else your food will just be tasteless, no flavor to it. It will just be watered down, and you don't want that. You want to bring out the flavor in every single thing. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't cook the frozen vegetable on the stove, because when I cook it like that, I'm actually cooking out the nutrient of the vegetable, and that's the nutrient that should be going into my food. That's the flavor you should be achieving after this is done with. So once you already cook out that nutrient, all you just left with just water from the spinach, and that just kind of water down your food, and you don't want that. So that's why, unless I'm using fresh spinach, that's when I actually cooked it on the stove, because those, it comes dirty at the store. The root of it has sand in it, so that's when you actually want to wash that thorough and boil it on the stove top, instead of just putting it in the bowl and put some hot water in it for a couple of minutes. I don't know if you can see this. Everything is going in here together right now. I have this going. I'm gonna adjust the camera in a minute. So I already put my spinach in it. I'm just turning it right now. Yeah, you can see that rich redness pepper all mixed together with vegetable. Oh yeah, it smells so good in here right now. Want to turn it. Make sure those spinach is all turned well and mixed well with the pepper. And this is what I'm talking about. When I did blend the pepper in the blender, I didn't blend it too smooth, because you want to see chunk. You want to actually see chunks of pepper in your spinach, because that's what a Riro is about. I'll try to get a little closer look for you guys in a minute, so you can see what I'm working with for now. Okay, so I'm gonna try a little bit of it and see if I need. I'm gonna need a little salt, just a little bit. You don't want to use too much, like I said. That's it, just a little bit of salt. And I might do just 2 cubes of Maggi. Usually when you see people cooking, sometimes they have like 10 Maggies on the table. I'm like, why you need that much Maggi? You don't. You don't need that much Maggi or seasoning or anything like that. Just 2. That's it. 2. That's all I need. I'm just gonna turn it, mix it well, and I'm gonna wash my hand. So, because of that Maggi's in my hand. Don't forget, I already have the meat in here. So the only thing I haven't put in so far yet is the fish. And I like to wait last minute. Okay, I'm gonna cover this up. So like I said, when you know it's done, usually the way I know it's done is you take a bite out of that spinach. And spinach, if you taste it, it usually tastes rubbery leaf kind when it's not cooked. But when you get a little bite of it and you don't taste that in the spinach, that's when you know it's done. And I did promise you guys I was going to actually try to move my camera and get you a closer look of it. Let's see if we can get this done. That's what I'm working with right now. This is a Riro. There's a egusi that you actually put in egusi into it, but this is just a Riro, plain F4. Okay, and when I'm done, I'll try to dish it out. Like I said, when I started off with, there was no water in here. Now you can see, look at, that's actually water dripping. The spinach has a lot of water, and that's why I didn't put water in my pepper, and I just put stock, which is seasoning. So when that water from that spinach start cooking,